Divorce can be really hard on a family, especially for the kids. Today, we're getting expert advice on navigating divorce specifically for middle school kids and their parents from a divorce therapist and the author of the new book, We Need to Talk About Divorce. Kate Scharff joins us now with a message that is reassuring and optimistic. Welcome to Great Day, Washington. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. I know that you navigate families through divorce. You've written several books. This is your first children's book. Tell us kind of what inspired you to make this book a children's book.
Yeah, well, actually, this book is my passion project. I was a child of divorce. My parents divorced when I was about the age of the reader, the intended reader of this book, and I had a really hard time. My parents are loving and they're attentive, but they were reeling too, and it was hard to talk to them. It was really hard to talk to anyone, and I think that's a really common experience for kids. Recently, an 11-year-old patient of mine, a little boy, told me that dealing with his parents' divorce felt like he was on one side of a pane of glass, looking through at his family and his friends, everyone else in his life who were going on with their happy lives, and not hearing or seeing him as he banged on the glass trying to get their attention. Wow. So I wrote this book for him. I wrote it for me. I wrote it for all the children who are coping with the similar experience.
Tell us about how this book can help them. Like what is in the book that's so helpful?
Yeah, well, the book is essentially a roadmap for kids. I go through all of the big hits, right? The experiences, the situations that kids have to navigate. I normalize their feelings because I don't want them to feel alone. And I try to offer reassurance, but I don't whitewash anything. I mean, I'm open about the fact that divorce is hard. They wouldn't believe me if I said anything else anyway. And really, they can read it alone, their parents can too, but I hope they'll read it together because it provides a kind of a scaffolding for having the crucial conversations that they need to have.
Yeah. Kate, what practical tips, and I know, gosh, we could sit here all day, but could you just share maybe a couple practical tips for parents?
Sure. I mean, there are so many, and and they're in the book. But what I really want to talk about right now is the importance of conversation. And so my advice is listen and talk. Create a safe environment in which your kids can come to you, because if you can't answer their questions authentically, age appropriately, but authentically, they're going to fill in the gaps themselves, and whatever they come up with is going to be a lot scarier than the reality. Right.
And I know that this is so challenging, and you've wrote this book to help people, but I know you also have a message of optimism for families and for children.
I do. There is good news here. Divorce is not intrinsically a tragedy. It is not a failure. It'll always be a sad memory, but it does not have to be a bad turning point in your child's development. So it really only takes one parent, but I hope you have a cooperative co-parent, to provide the kind of environment in which children feel held, and in which they can be reassured that everything is going to be okay. And if you can do that, and give them authentic, age-appropriate answers to the many questions that they have, there is absolutely no reason why your kid can't go on to have a happy, fulfilling life, a successful life, and to make good choices in their relationships, including with a partner.
Yeah. As we wrap up here, do you recommend that children go talk to someone, even if it's not awful? Maybe if it is awful, for sure, but if it's
even if it's not awful? Well, yes and no. I think if there's conflict, or if parents are sort of struggling with how to begin things, I think they should go to therapy first, because the problem isn't the kid, right? It's them. And I'm always careful about starting with a child, because I don't want them to get the message that this is their fault. On the other hand, once the dust has settled, and especially if your child is either showing particular signs of stress. I mean, of course, they're going to be showing signs of stress, but clearly really struggling, or if they ask for it, or if you think it would be helpful, then absolutely. I think therapy is a great idea.
All right. Kate, thank you so much. This was a great conversation. Thank you for sharing this book with us.
My pleasure.
Sure. For more expert advice on divorce, go to katescharff.com. And her book is available wherever books are sold.